Okay, now we just have a couple multiple choice problems. I really suggest you working these exactly like you would if you didn't have multiple choice, and then just double checking using Desmos. So the product of 2x plus 3 and x plus 4 can be expressed as one of these three. So product means multiply. So this is just saying multiply these two together. So 2x minus 3 and x plus 4 and double distribute. So more double distribute practice. I'm going to take this first term, 2x, and multiply it by x. Remember, the number in front there is 1, so 2 times 1 is 2. X times x is x squared. 2 times 4 is 8. And x, I don't have an x without 4. I do have an x with 2. And now we want to multiply by negative 3. Negative 3 times 1x. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, and then I have an x. And negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. So I can get rid of b as an option right now. And now I'm going to combine my middle terms. So the 2x squared is going to stay in front. 8x minus 3x's is positive 5x. And then bring down my negative 12. So that is A. Just like we checked our factoring problems, we can check our multiplying problems as well. You can put in your original problem, which is 2x minus 3 times x plus 4, and put in your final answer there, 2x squared plus 5x minus 12, and make sure those graphs are right on top of each other. And they are. You would be able to see if they didn't match up. Like when I don't have the 12 in there, when I just have minus 1, they don't match up. All right, let's go 18. One factor of 6x squared plus 5x minus 6 is 3x minus 2. The other factor is, okay, so you could do this one with Desmos. You could just put all of those in with 3x minus 2 and check. Or you can factor. So let me show you with Desmos how you can tackle this one. So what we're trying to match is 6x squared plus 5x minus 6. And we're trying to see what we're multiplying 3x minus 2 with. So if you're going to do this using Desmos, you're going to have to enter every one of these. So like I can see D as the option right now. So let me put in D, 2x minus 3. So 3x minus 2 times 2x minus 3 does not match up. So D is not a good option. Let's try C, since I just have to change one over there, 2x plus 3. And those do match up. So that is one way you can use Desmos to do a factoring problem for you. The other thing you can do here is just factor. 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. My factors that add to 5 are going to be positive 9 and negative 4. X squared and 9x have 3x in common. Negative 4x and negative 6 have negative 2 in common. And so your two factors are 3x minus 2 and 2x plus 3. When you're given part of it, or a multiple choice problem for factoring, using Desmos is an option. You just have to be really careful. And you have to be willing to try every option. There I started with D just because I could see it on my screen, but you should certainly check that 3x plus 3 does not work. And it doesn't. They're pretty close, but not close enough. All right, 19. When x squared minus 9 and x squared minus 5x plus 6 are factored, a common factor is. So this is two factoring problems in one. Luckily, x squared minus 9 is a difference of squares. So x squared is x times x. 9 is 3 times 3. So this is a really nice one to factor. X, 3, 1 positive and 1 negative. And that lets us get rid of some options here. I don't see an x minus 2 and I don't see an x squared up there in my factors. So now it's either x plus 3 or x minus 3 that they share in common. So now I need to factor x squared minus 5x plus 6. 1 times 6 is 6, and it's positive 6. Two numbers that multiply to 6 and add to negative 5. 1 and 6. 2 and 3. If I'm going to add to negative 5 and multiply to a positive, I need two negatives. So that would be negative 7. So there's my option, of course. Negative 2 and negative 3. You have to be really careful with your 6s. 6s are tricky. Just like every one of our factoring problems, our first two have x in common. We always want to bring down that negative. And 3 and 6, 3 goes in. Remember, we're dividing by negative 3 here. So x 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. Stuff on the outside. Stuff on the inside. So what do they share? They both have x minus 3. That's a really great problem from a testing perspective because it's two factoring problems in one, and two different kind of factoring problems in one. Okay, last one. What are the factors of 3x squared plus 7x minus 20? So if this was an OST problem, I would tell you to do it in Desmos. So let's do it in Desmos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my original. I'm going to put in one option after the other and see which matches. You are welcome to factor this by hand as well, if you would like. So I'm doing 3x squared plus 7x minus 20. And option A, I'm just going to put it in and see if it matches. 3x plus 5 times x minus 4. And see if those lay right on top of each other. They do not. A is not an option. A is not a good option. Okay. Let's try C, since I can see C right there. 3x minus 5 and x plus 4. And those are right on top of each other. So 3x plus 5 and x minus 4, A did not work. Hopefully you crossed that out. Didn't get a chance to do that yet. C looks like it does. Let's try the other two and just make sure they don't work. I like to be thorough. So 3x minus 4 and x plus 5. And those are not right on top of each other. That black parabola is too low. And then the last one, 3x plus 4 and x minus 5. And that one, that black parabola, is too low and too far to the right. That's number 20, all with Desmos on that multiple choice problem. 21 is the very last problem. In 21, you can't do using Desmos. You have to do a little bit of work here with factoring. So the first thing I notice is that this looks like a difference of squares, but 2 is not a perfect square. 1 times 1 is 1, not 2. So you have to be careful there. So the first thing we're going to do is always look for that KCF. So 2 is my smallest number. Let's see if I can divide it out. 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. 32 divided by 2 is 16. And that is a perfect square. So here I'm looking for which is not a factor. So here I see x squared minus 16. X squared minus 16 is absolutely a factor. So we're not going to pick that. It is a factor. 2 is also a factor. I'm going to keep factoring and see what else I get. So x squared minus 16 I can factor further. X squared is x times x. 16 is 4 times 4. So just this little bit factors further. One positive, one negative. And that 2 would need to come down if we were writing out a perfect final answer here. So x minus 4 is also a factor. X minus 32 is not a factor because when you pull that 2 out, you have to divide both terms, not a factor. And that is your Factor Master review.